Hey everybody, my name's Emily Green and I'm an EMDR trained licensed psychotherapist here in Central Florida. I want to give you a quick little tool that you can use to help yourself check in on your mental health throughout the stress of the coronavirus pandemic. So if you're like me, you've probably heard this line even before the stress that you're under now, which is, it's just all in your head. Well, my nice comeback is, and you can use this too, it's not just in your head, it's in my nervous system. So how is your nervous system doing? This is going to be just a really simple breakdown to help you check in and start to notice that too. So your nervous system is made to regulate stress in your body. It does it really, really well. So well, a lot of times we don't notice it. But what can happen over time is when we're under heightened or prolonged periods of stress, like we're all in now, that stress buildup can have a big load on the body and it can lead to issues. So this is a way to tap into your nervous system to really start to keep a check on those stress levels and how you're coping and how you're noticing them. So you can think of your nervous system as a coin, and there's two sides. On one side, you have the sympathetic nervous system, and on the other, you have what's called the parasympathetic. These guys have nicknames that you're probably familiar with. So the sympathetic nervous system is known as the fight, flight, or freeze response. So that's how your body starts to engage in those survival mechanisms to defend against whatever threat it's under. Your parasympathetic side, that other side of the same coin, its nickname is rest and digest. So that's that calming, restoring, rejuvenating side that really feels good, like if you're taking a bubble bath or something like that. So what you can do during this time is just start to notice your nervous system. Your sympathetic side is going to be the stuff that you're noticing in your body that might be revving up a lot. So those can be in the forms of your cognitions. It can be in the form of body sensations, emotions, behaviors, or impulses that you're noticing within yourself. So for someone whose sympathetic system is really starting to rev up, you might notice kind of all or nothing thinking, kind of those worst case scenarios. You might notice a lot of anxiety and panic, anger, rage, irritability. You might notice it more in the body and start to feel kind of like those butterflies in your tummy, or the tension in the neck. Headaches can do that too. So these are just tools that you can use to just check in and see, man, how are my nerves? Oh, wow, I've been having a lot more headaches. Okay, I really am. This is the stress. Or, whoa, man, my moods, they're really just rocky and I'm irritable. Okay, yeah, I am feeling the stress of this. Or, just tightness, overall tightness and fatigue. That can be signs too. So on the flip side, you can start to notice your parasympathetic. So your parasympathetic is, again, that rest and digest. So if you're noticing you're not really feeling that guy right now, which many of us aren't, that's a good indication that this one is really on, like, it's working overtime. So how can you creatively start turning on your parasympathetic? You can do that through your coping strategies. One of the quickest ways that you can start turning your parasympathetic nervous system on is through your breath. Your breath has a direct route to your nervous system. So I would advise going with that one. That's one of the ones that I first start teaching the clients I work with, because it's not about the thoughts, because sometimes we can't talk ourselves out of how we feel. Feelings can be really intense. So the body and the breath can be a really powerful way to start calming your nervous system. So you can simply just do the belly breathing, which, let me see if you can see. Just take your hands, put on your belly, put your attention there with your mind, and just breathe. You want to breathe from your belly, so you're taking like maybe 4 or 5 second breaths in. I like putting my hands there because it brings my attention, because if you're anything like me, sometimes your attention can go, squirrel. So this kind of helps me center. You can do this when you're laying down, when you're sitting, when you're standing. The breath, again, it's that direct route to the rest digest side of your nervous system. So it really makes a powerful difference in your stress levels. Right now, I'm going to guess most of us, our sympathetic side is really turned on and working overtime. So doing all of ourselves a favor is to really help that parasympathetic side come online. And you can do that really easily, just again, using some breath work. So you want to breathe from the belly, start to feel that relaxation. And it's okay if you only do it for a little bit. You can start with just like 3 breaths, like, and giving yourself the time to really feel that. If you start to notice like a deep breath actually triggers your anxiety, instead of breathing, do the sigh. It's like, so if breathing, taking a deep breath, actually starts to get your anxiety going, which for some people it does, you just do the opposite and you just let out a sigh. It's like, I personally usually start with a sigh and then go into breathing. So I hope this was a helpful way of just putting some context around your stress levels right now. This can be a really helpful tool to just start learning and noticing your own signs of stress, which again can come in the form of thoughts. So those all or nothing thinking, it can be the catastrophizing that we can all do, and those are really normal responses right now. But if left unchecked, we're going to be stuck in this guy, and we want to give ourselves moments of calm. It helps restore stress levels and just helps us all be able to adapt during these times. So again, I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions or something you want to know about, feel free to shoot me an email, or yeah, that'll probably be good, or make a comment below too. So I'll look for those comments and kind of build off of there.